take a breath. Before the noise of the day reaches you, before the notifications, the demands, the endless rush of life, sit with this question for just a moment. What would your life look like if God's mercies had never come? Not as a question meant to frighten you, but as an invitation to see, perhaps for the first time, just how much grace has quietly held you together. There was a man, let's call him Daniel. Daniel was by every measure a man on the edge. Not the edge of a cliff, though it sometimes felt that way, but the edge of himself, the version of himself that existed before grace found him. He woke up every morning with a weight he couldn't name, went through the motions, smiled at the right moments, but inside, a quiet chaos, a drifting, an emptiness that no amount of success, no relationship, no achievement could fill. And one night, a night that looked like every other night from the outside, Daniel sat in his car in a parking lot, the engine off, the world asleep, and he asked out loud to no one he could see, "Is there anything holding me together?" He didn't hear an audible voice. He didn't see a vision, but something shifted in that parking lot. A stillness that shouldn't have been there was. A warmth that had no source arrived. And somehow Daniel drove home. That was mercy. Quiet, unannounced, but undeniable. And when Daniel looks back now, not at the dramatic moments, but at the small ones, he sees it everywhere. The job he didn't get that would have destroyed him. The relationship that ended and broke him open just enough for light to get in. The morning he woke up when, by the logic of his choices, he perhaps shouldn't have. Mercy. Every single time. Mercy.
And now I want to ask you, gently, to do what Daniel eventually learned to do. I want you to look back. Think about a moment in your life that could have gone very differently. A decision, a season, a night. What was it? What was the outcome you feared, and what actually happened instead? Was that luck? Coincidence? Or was that the hand of a God whose mercies, as the scripture tells us, are new every single morning?
Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 and 23. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Did you hear that? We are not consumed. Not because of how well we performed, not because of how consistent our faith has been, but because of his great love, because his compassions never fail. And then, and this is the part that should stop us in our tracks, they are new every morning. Not recycled mercy, not leftover grace, fresh, new, waiting for you the moment you open your eyes.
And the Apostle Paul, a man who, before grace found him, was actively working against the very faith he would later die for, wrote this from a prison cell. But by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace to me was not without effect. By the grace of God, I am what I am. Say that slowly with me. By the grace of God, I am what I am. Not by your own strength, not by your cleverness, not by timing or luck or the right connections. By grace, only grace, always grace. Who would you be without that grace? I want you to imagine, just for a moment, the version of you that never encountered mercy. The one who made that choice and paid for it forever. The one who stayed in that parking lot. The one who never got the second chance. The quiet word at the right moment. The inexplicable peace that passed all understanding. That version of you. God stepped in between you and that version. He stepped in quietly, without announcement, without demanding credit. He just held things together until you could see him. And for many of you, he is still holding things together right now, even in the places you haven't noticed yet. That is not coincidence. That is not the universe. That is a God whose name is faithful, whose nature is love, whose mercies are and will always be new every morning.
Let's close with a prayer. Father, thank you. Not just for the blessings we can name, but for the ones we never even knew we needed. For the mercies we walked through without realizing they were mercies. For the moments you held us when we didn't even know we were falling. Today, we choose to see you in the before and the after, in the story we carry, and the life that could have looked so different and didn't. Great is your faithfulness. Amen.
Thank you for spending this time with Daily Strength and Grace. If this word found you today, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe so you never miss your daily word. And remember, His mercies are new every morning.